Yo, this is Christian, and today I have another special guest on the channel. This is Anton, one of my students. He finished the program in July, August, something like that,
Yeah.
August.
Yeah.
And last month he got a job offer, and today he just finished his first week of work. And I would like to share with you his experience going through the program, what he did before, and if he got what he was looking for after working together for maybe 6-7 months, something like that. So yeah, Anton, how are you doing, mate?
Hi guys. Hey.
Congrats for landing the job. I know it was super easy.
It wasn't super easy, and you know it. And the whole process wasn't, but I mean, at the end, I got it. And I think I will keep that email with me, the job offer email, forever.
Print it and put it on the wall.
I was even thinking to do that. Yeah.
What is your current position? What are you? Yeah.
So this is funny because I asked my team lead to really explain me like how he will explain my position, because on the contract it says engineer, but obviously I don't have a degree. So we came to the conclusion that the best way to explain it will be full stack JavaScript developer.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I specialized in front end before finding this job, I'm going to be exposed to the whole process. So basically databases, APIs, building APIs, even Docker and stuff like that. So yeah.
You know what's really interesting actually, because I was talking today with someone that jumped on a call, which you can do as well, link in the description. He said, oh, are you going to teach me to become a full stack developer? And I said, no, I'm going to teach you how to become a problem solver, a thinker, you know, because you are a full stack developer. I think Beth is a full stack developer because she's doing C#. Tony is just front end, but he's doing Vue.js. So I haven't taught him Vue.js. Jason, he's full stack. So I only taught you one skill primarily, which is problem solving, and I taught you that through React, Redux, and JavaScript, which is pretty cool. I was a full stack developer as well, not anymore. It's too. Anyway, so what were you doing before you decided to join the program in January? I think we started in January.
Yeah, it was mid-January. Yeah. Well, we had the call before January started, but yeah, I think I joined like mid-January. So so basically last year I was for like around 6-7 months doing, so I was using primarily mainly Code Academy for learning, and I was doing that. So I did HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I got into React, but then I had like a freelance website to do, so I kind of quit the course to do the website. And then I found you, and that's when I joined the program. So I would say I was, HTML, CSS, JavaScript 6 months in. And yeah.
And
I was using, Code Academy mainly, and then some YouTube videos. I didn't use Free Code Camp, only those. Yeah.
What's like, how were you feeling going through that process, because I believe like everyone that's probably watching this video, they think they can do it, and there is a chance for them to do it right by themselves. But how were you feeling going through that process? What were you thinking of when you were closing down your laptop?
Well, in the start it's easy when you start with HTML and CSS, and you get like really excited about seeing things in the screen and being able to style them and whatever. But it gets to a point that I think I reached that point when I started React, that it happened to me before with like promises and like, a bit more advanced JavaScript concepts. So when I reached that point, I realized that I will need help in the last, in the last part of my development, no? So, I mean, it's a bit frustrating to spend 3 days to solve something that can be solved with the appropriate guidance in 10 minutes. So I encountered many, you know, tasks that I wasn't able to solve them by myself. I was like asking in forums, and but you know, you don't get answers maybe in like an hour, and then the answer that you get doesn't lead you anywhere, and so it's a bit frustrating to get to the advanced level by yourself. And I think that actually I was one of those people that I thought I could have done it by myself, but now I realize that if I didn't join the program, I will still be stuck on those
And
problems. So
this is important to say because you were like one of the most. You and Lucas, I think you were the only two that I had like massive fights with because you had like preconceptions of how things should be done. And I think, yes, there's nothing bad with that, you know, because we all have ideas of how things should work. But you mentioned that you started learning React, right, by yourself, or you were about to start learning React. But when you joined the program, we actually started learning JavaScript. So how was learning JavaScript with me compared to learning JavaScript by yourself? This is pretty important.
yeah, so when I was by myself, I learned the basic stuff like conditionals. You know, what I really learned with you was manipulating the DOM,
Mm-hmm.
which I didn't really like. I went over it in the course, but I didn't really understand how important it was until I worked with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one of the examples. And I have to say that I don't know, if I got between, I don't know, let's say 5 interviews, okay? From those 5, in 3 or 4 of them, I was asked to manipulate the DOM with JavaScript.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I had like a decent base of JavaScript before I met you, but you definitely leveled up my skills and my understanding and my confidence when using JavaScript. So that to me was key to, in the future as well, I have to say the confidence, not that you working with you gave me to land the job, definitely. So yeah.
It's definitely important. Working with data as well. I don't think I've ever mentioned it in a YouTube video, but yeah, working with data, it's also important because we display data. And I guess you realize that when you started working with React, because you're just manipulating state, aka data. And the whole point of learning JavaScript was to make you get how React is going to help you later down the line, you know. Because if you don't know why you have a tool, then you're not going to learn the tool properly, you know. So that's my mindset with that. You mentioned the call, right? Let's talk about the call because I had a very difficult time convincing you that this is the right thing, remember? What was going through your mind? Yeah.
You mean our first call, yeah?
Yeah.
So the thing is that at first I was just looking for someone senior to help me doing my last project. So I wanted to, you know, keep doing the course by myself and you know, doing everything by myself because I thought I was super Anton. But then so I basically wanted you to help me with my last, let's say, portfolio project. But then, yeah, in the call I was quite hesitant, you know, because you were telling me, well, in my program, you were mentioning the program and you know, the steps of the program and all the things and all the support that you provide. But I think I didn't really understand the whole thing because I was still focused on, I need someone for my portfolio project. I don't need the program. I thought I didn't need the program. And then you were like, you know what? I'm going to help you with that. And you can access the program for free. Like, you know, not for free, but I mean, if you get to the program, you can access the things that you say you don't need anyway. And you'll see if you're finding useful or not. And then when I joined, I mean, sadly, I just said, I think after a couple of weeks, I told you, like, man, I'm just leaving my, how do you say, my path, like my
old life behind.
Yeah, I'm leaving everything. I just follow you. Just
What
give me stuff.
made you say that? Because I heard that from a bunch of people, after 2 weeks, everyone is like, oh, I'm super hesitant to do it because they are stuck in their own ways and they think that they know, that's
Yeah.
with most people, they think they know, but what was it for you after 2 weeks to realize, okay, this is the thing,
Yeah, it's just like, I couldn't understand how with two simple exercises, I've learned so much. And I think it was just not the exercise itself. It was after doing a code review with you. And that you kind of like, you grab my code and you're like, well, you can improve this and that, and this you can do it the other way. This is wrong because, it's not wrong. You can, improve it this way. And I think it's the whole process of like being given a task, being left alone to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you always say that, reach out if you have any issues or whatever, but you don't give me and it surprised me when you gave me the first task. I didn't have any guidelines or anything. I was just like, well, I have to do this, I have to create this thing, and I don't have like, the things I have to follow or anything. I don't have a step-by-step thing. So it forces you to kind of like, get out of your comfort zone, look for solutions, implement them, and then come back to you, do a code review, and kind of see how it goes. So I think that's the real world at the end of the day. You're being given a task and you have to do it by yourself. And I see it now at work. Like, the guy is telling me, we have to do this, and that for tomorrow. I'm like, well, I have no idea, but don't worry, I'll
figure it out.
See what I can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like a bungee jumping, right? I can give you the string attached to your waist, I guess, but you have to jump,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much useless if you don't jump, that's kind of, and maybe again, 90% of the code that you wrote, 90% of your code is written by you, probably. Something like that. And you mentioned code reviews, which is a pretty big selling point that people might not get. What do you think it's a code review, in your opinion?
First of all, I have to say that without those code reviews, how can you improve? Like, I don't really think that if you don't have anyone to tell you what you're doing wrong and how to improve it, how are you gonna go forward? So a code review to me it's more like let's talk about what you have done and how you can improve it, and how can we improve the things and the code that you have written. And I think it helps a lot as well to see code reviews of other people as well, and kind of like you are all together in this kind of mission path. And it helped me a lot. Like, for example, I think Beth and me were at the same pace all the time. So it's kind of like when you see that the other one pushes, you want to push more. And it's like the whole community that we and you built. I think that's very important as well. And one of the things that I really love about this program.
Yeah, I like to see everyone hustling and like kicking ass, and sometimes it's probably frustrating, so can you talk about the frustrations that you had through the program? Because
I think
people might think that this is going to be like a walk in the park or something like that, or like, oh yeah. But the thing is, I want to mention, you weren't burnt out or being like, fuck, I'm not going to make it,
No, I wasn't suffering, but it was difficult at times. And I specifically remember when I was learning Redux. I don't know, I was stuck for a whole week with that. When I had my whole app done, I wanted to change it to Redux. You remember?
Yeah.
I will find myself sometimes at 5 in the evening, like 9 in the evening, in the night, like trying to solve this thing. And and you were there, and you were. I don't know. It's just like, of course, I remember the frustration, but it's much easier when you know that you have someone to go to, and you have someone to talk to, and you have someone to kind of like give you the guidelines and the help to get you unstuck. So, I mean, to me, it was essential in my path to become a developer.
And you were mentioning Redux as well. I guess most people that ever saw a tutorial on Redux, they probably saw what, a to-do app and some eShop clone on Udemy or something like that, and they think they understand it. But there are so many things that are going into that little piece of technology that you can only discover by frustration. And frustration doesn't come from the fact that you don't understand the basics of it, but understanding how to use the basics really well, because you haven't done like crazy stuff, but when you had to combine the simple stuff together, that's when your understanding was really challenged. That's how I believe. And we also had butt heads, that's how you say, many times.
Many times. Because as I said, like I think I thought I knew when I started, and I thought that this is the way and this, and you were always, I remember you telling me this in the very start, like you don't need to learn all that. I wanted to learn back and front, and in the portfolio app I want to do this and that, and do authentication. And you were like, man, don't go crazy. You remind me of Lucas. And I think at some point you were like, you know what, just do whatever for your portfolio project, like I don't mind. And then in there I was like, well, if he's telling me this is for a reason, and he's kind of showed me during all these months that that's the way to go. He knows the way to go. Like,
I think
I'm gonna follow his
a learning experience as well with you, because I have like there are X types of personalities, maybe 5-6 types, and maybe I've never learned how to like handle your type of personality, right? So it was a learning curve for me as well, because you never know everything. I might look like I know everything, but god damn, I don't know everything. So it was interesting for me to work with you, but I'm happy that we kind of like you didn't give up on me and I didn't give up on you, and then
you didn't give up on me either.
you were pissed off for like a week or so, I think.
The Redux week.
That's why you remember it. That's why it's like you can't sleep because of it.
Wow.
We had fights, we had calls, we were pissed off, but at the end of the day we were working towards the same thing, and I just couldn't give up on someone that I work with, and sometimes I need to acknowledge that maybe I make some mistakes as well, that's pretty much what happened there,
I mean, I wasn't easy. I mean, and as you said, like the frustration sometimes it makes you difficult, know, because as you said, like the whole process is difficult.
Yeah, I'm the same, like my way or the highway kind of.
Yeah, I like that expression. So yeah, I know, and the frustration sometimes it just makes you, you don't reason properly and whatever. But you were there, and you didn't give up. I mean, I couldn't give up because it was my dream. But you didn't give up on me. That you didn't have, So yeah, I have you to thank you for all this.
Yeah, pretty epic. So, it was fun, man. Honestly, I always have like. I'm always worried, like how is this job search gonna be? It's always like it's not a walk in the park, as people might think,
Oof, no.
And you have to conquer a lot of monsters to get there, There are a lot of things that you get over to reach your goals, and you have to be a savage, and you have to like don't care about like bad times and just look at the good times. And what kind of good times are you gonna have now? Good transition there.
yeah. I mean, and now that you mentioned the job hunt process, like you don't even realize how hard it gets getting rejections until you get them. Because I remember couple of jobs that I got to the third phase. And I really, first it was one, I really wanted it, you know, I knew that was the company to work for, like I really wanted that job. And then you get the rejection, and it's like,
The
fuck.
dev shop?
Sorry?
The dev shop?
Yeah, I think, no, the first was for like this big sports betting
Yes, okay.
company. You know, I really wanted it and blah, blah, and whatever. Like I got to the last stage, we got only 10 of us. And you remember it was this very algorithmic kind of like problem. It was like very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
So the rejections get very hard, you know, and it really, when you really get your hopes up for something and then you don't get it, it's difficult to take, you know. But as many people say, I think it's just a game of numbers. The more you apply and the more you do, at the end of the day, the more interviews you will get. So yeah, and it's just a matter of time and being lucky as well. Like I think luck plays a part, you know, on how soon you find the perfect fit.
Yeah.
Because for example, for the job I got, the interview wasn't nothing like the other interviews. So my interview was a personal interview, 20 minutes, just to talk a bit, chat, showing my projects and whatever. And the second part, 2 weeks later, was just like a 20 minutes debugging session.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you know, you have this, how you debug and how you find this, you know, how you fix a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that I learned by you fixing our problems on the code reviews.
Finding the data, all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, find the data, how to work with the dev tools, how to, you know, the network stuff, this, you know, how the whole flow of debugging kind of works. And I think thanks to seeing you doing it, I got this job.
Or
you know, I didn't really.
Or seeing me stuck as well with different problems.
Sadly, how do you reason? How do you go through things? How is the thought process to tackle problems?
Yeah.
And I didn't have to prepare to this interview or anything. I mean, when I got the job, I was like, well, like this all? You know, I didn't really have to like develop a small project or do like a proper test or, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think that without even working on it, throughout my time in your program, I developed other skills like debugging, like, you know, confidence as well in the things you know and you know how to do. So I think that's key to get a job. Know how well you know React, know how well you know JavaScript, if not the syntax itself, not the tool, but the reasoning, you know, how you develop your mindset.
Probably persistence, being okay when things are bad, being patient. No, being patient, I guess it's another one. Waiting for the epiphanies to happen, you know, when it's like, yeah, that's how it works, you know, those are some big key takeaways, I would say. All right, I only have 10 more minutes now. Let's do this. What would you say to someone that's watching all these freaking videos and they're still thinking, should I do it, should I not do it? What would you say to someone that's still thinking about working with me or applying for
Just do it. Like
Nike?
It's just Nike. Just do it. It's just like honestly, if I didn't jump into the program and I consider myself to be average smart, like I'm not stupid, and I don't know if I could have done it by myself. You know, I was very confident before going into the program, and now I know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and your program. So I will definitely, like, my advice is to do it like now. The sooner you get into the program, the sooner you will get a job.
Do this. Apply for a free consultation call.
Yeah, apply for a free consultation right now. No, honestly, like I'm not bullshitting. Like that's the way to go.
Yeah, I know. Probably people understand that I'm not bullshitting either, you know, but maybe they have just a fear or like, oh, I have to wait till time is right. Or
can I say something? If you think about it, I'm a self-taught. Like I didn't do any bootcamps. I didn't go to any coding courses or anything. I just studied in my house for 6 months and another 6 months with you. That's all I've done. And I'm getting a job faster than bootcamp graduates and even computer science people.
Yeah.
I got a job in less than 3 months, you know?
And 2 months you were in holiday, actually.
No, I was on holiday looking for a job. I mean, I was in Spain with my family. I was, like applying for jobs on the phone, come on, in bed.
Yeah.
Waking up every morning and just sending my CV to
Right,
easy apply on LinkedIn. Like, you know what I mean? So I was lucky, I have to say, but this is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
This is the way to go. So yeah, apply for a free consultation right
Link
now.
in the description.
Yeah.
If you watch this video till now, comment OnlyFans, so I know you. All right. Okay, let me just go for the official invitation. All right, so if you want to work with me directly, and if you want similar results as Anton, as Beth, as Tony, as Jason, as the other Tony, Lucas, Jorge, and more to come, what you have to do is you have to apply for a free consultation call. The link is in the description. And yeah, you'll talk either with me or someone from my team, and then we'll see what we can do for your specific situation to help you. We'll look at what you're doing right now and where you want to go, and we'll map out a specific step-by-step plan for you. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.